Britain's 6 main internet service providers have signed up to a new government strategy to crack down on illegal music downloads. The fight back against online piracy will begin with thousands of warning letters to the most prolific downloaders, informing them that their activity has been detected and is also being monitored. Last year, about 6.5 million Britons are believed to have downloaded music illegally. Only 5% of internet users download from legal sites, and it's estimated that the problem could cost the music industry £1 billion over the next 5 years.
The most exciting thing about this initiative is it gives us an opportunity to build a platform and work with the ISPs to develop new models and new services that we know there is a demand for. And most importantly, it enables us to continue to invest and nurture British talent, which is basically what we have to do.
What's interesting about today's proposals, and what I believe means that they need to be watched, is that these looks like a first step. These proposals look like a first step towards greater and more punitive enforcement measures with not so many consumer safeguards.
So will this new crackdown on illegal downloads have any impact on the people the record companies say are being hardest hit, the artists and the songwriters? Joining us now from central London is Helienne Lindvall. She's a songwriter, musician and also a columnist for The Guardian newspaper. Joins us live, as you can see. What do you think of today's announcement?
I think it's a great move in the right direction. I'm not sure that arresting people would be the right way to deal with it, but I think they basically want to show people that it is illegal and you are stealing when you're downloading other people's music without permission and without paying.
Aren't they significantly behind the ball, though, when it comes to using the internet as a tool to best benefit the music industry?
Well, I think it moves very slowly, the music industry, when it comes to getting on board with how to use the internet for the best purpose and to get to the fans. And that's why all these illegal downloading sites have popped up. And it's frustrating as a musician and a songwriter that there are sites in Russia and other countries that don't have the same kind of protection, that make money off of our products without giving anything back to the actual people who have written the music.
Can you tell us about your experience?
What we're downloading? Well, sorry?
Yes, please.
Well, obviously I don't see the downloading happening myself. I do know that as a published writer, it's very difficult. I mean, I was signed to one of the major publishers, and because of illegal downloading, they're now signing a lot fewer people. They tend to sign things that are like a sure bet, like X Factor contestants or Big Brother contestants, or people who have been on television, instead of developing new artists.
But to what extent do you acknowledge that developing new artists can actually cash in on illegal downloads?
In what way can they cash in?
They can cash in on the fact, I don't know, because I don't do it myself, obviously. We wouldn't certainly do that sort of thing in our house. Let me just put that rider in there, of course. But apparently what happens is if you have a lot of stuff that you download, there's inevitably artists within that perhaps you haven't heard of, and then you might just click on it as you're doing your homework on a Friday night or whatever and think, oh, actually, they're quite good. In other words, you find out about them by those illegal downloads to start with, and that's how they make a name for themselves in the long term.
I think it's a great tool to promote artists on the internet, and that's why a lot of artists put free downloads on their MySpace pages or on their own websites. But it should be the decision of the artist to do it. I think also the thing that few people understand, because people always look at the music industry as these big corporations that are just raking it in, and you know, the artists are like Jay-Z or Kanye West, or making, you know, millions of pounds, when in reality a lot of the people, it's always been in the music industry that only 1 artist out of 10 breaks even, and the person who breaks even, or the person who makes money, makes sure that that money goes to developing the other artists, or making sure that even though they're not making millions of pounds, they can still be signed, they can still get records out. I think the internet is a fantastic tool to be able to go straight to the fans and not having to go get signed to a major label.
Okay.
But you also have to kind of make a living, because music is very time-consuming, very costly to make.
Okay. Helienne, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Appreciate your time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.